What's up, YouTube? Well, decided to start a channel because all the people I talked to said basically I should probably start a channel with all the things that I do. So that's what I did. So this is going to be kind of an intro to what I've been working on, kind of give you an idea and insight a little bit, what we got. So back here, what I got working on here, this is a 1954 International Harvester Metro. I don't know the history, what it was used in or anything like that. I know it came from Washington State. It sat where I'm at here in Ohio in storage for over 6 years. And the gentleman just said there was too much work for him to do anything with. He didn't have the capabilities, so I found it. Actually, a buddy of mine found it, messaged me, and yep, here it is. So I've had it for a few years, haven't done the work on it. So I recently started it. So this is pretty much the shop that I got. It's a small shop. In between this project and building the shop, yeah, it's been about 1.5 to 2 years. So I'll kind of give you a little walk around here, what it is. A lot of guys say, oh, you're neglecting for punishment. Well, I can't say that I am or not, but all I can say is I enjoy doing this. So here's what we got. So it's a 1954, like I said, International Harvester Metro. It is, there we go. It is, originally they used these, a lot of them, for like delivery vans and that. So this thing was pretty much a basket case when I got it. So basically somebody had painted it with house paint. As you can tell, there's a lot of layers. I don't know. I think there's 5 or 6 layers on this thing total. Not sure, not real sure. This here's some of it that I sanded down. You can see right here, the green, that's the original color. So I'm not super stoked about the original color, but I am going to keep some of it. Somebody has done, like right here, somebody had brazed in patch panels in here. This piece here, they had brazed in patch panels also, but they were too far gone. These are real common for rotting out. In that area. So I made all new pieces that come around, as you can obviously tell. So, and we get into this on some of the videos. This is just an intro to what I got. Okay, so I thought I was going to put it onto a different frame, but turns out I pulled the original frame off of this, and I boxed it in, put a Mustang 2 front end in, built my own C-channel. Almost 100% of this I've built here. Let me see if we can get some light in here. So my barn, there we go. There's a little bit of an idea. Got our fuel system mounted up there. Filters underneath the fuel cell. Right there is going to be our storage tank for our air ride. Got our air compressor there. Let's see if I can move this. There's our manifold control system right there, but I've wired it up to a controller that I have not tried yet, but I've wired it up to a controller that I'm going to be able to control it through my phone. The only reason why I went with that, it was a little bit expensive, but the only reason why I went with that was because I didn't want to run gauges up front. I didn't want to run more plumbing than what I had to. And the thing I liked about the system I bought was you can do a startup, so you can do a ride level. So when you start up, it brings it up to ride level, and then you can go from there. So I really wanted that. I did not put height sensors on anything because I didn't want to fool with that. I didn't think that that was going to be appropriate for this. So the system also calibrates within 3%, and it's always finding its way. So I thought that that was going to be the way to go. That way, it's the most accurate supposedly in the industry. I don't know. We'll find out. So the rear end is an 8.8 out of an Explorer. I cut this tube down, and if anyone knows anything about the Fords, the way that the 8.8s are on the Explorers, the pumpkin's offset, so you have a shorter drive shaft on the passenger side. So what I did to even that out to make my pumpkin center line was I cut this drive shaft according to, or I'm sorry, not drive shaft, axle shaft according to this length over here. So I'll post some pictures. I did it all right here. So it's welded up right underneath of the perch there for the air ride. Made all the cross beams going through, obviously, the skeleton here. I made I tried to use as much of the original parts as I could on this. So the floorboard here, let me get this uncovered. The floorboard here is completely redone. There was nothing left. So the only thing that's factory is this piece here and that piece. Everything else was made. I just finished up making this panel here. For the whole bottom, plus this panel. This was the old piece that went here, right? So it was rusted out. So I made that, bent that all up here, folded it over, obviously ground it out. The dash is not in it yet, but the whole inner structure, and I have videos that I'll post on this, but the inner structure we made, the top dash piece, the heater box is going to go in there. All of these channels around the windows, I pretty much had to make all new. The only thing that I saved on this in the center is the actual piece. Let's climb up in here. The actual piece right here. I made both sides, the lips on those, welded those in also. Not going to see pretty much any of that. I got a little bit of touch-up spots on a few of them. We made all these panels here because you can't buy, again, you can't buy any of this. So we bent all that up here. Some of this I got, some of it I lost on videos, some of it I never made no videos because I wasn't planning on doing a YouTube channel. But again, we made all this, these corners, everything up in there. Again, down through here, we made all that. These panels here that go around are air conditioning. Yeah. Boom. Right here, we'll get a little bit better look. Grab this light. So right here's a little bit better look. What we got going on with the 8.8 in here. I did rebuild that rear end. We're running 355 gears. Not going to be nothing crazy. It's, you're not going to win a drag race in this, right? So, but did the 4-link, welded that up, and you can see here how we boxed in the frame. Did everything there. I don't know if I can get in. Here we go. Yep. Yeah, the 4-link we made up there, welded that on. Yeah, pretty much everything. So we've done everything in-house right here. The only thing I did not do, get out of here quick. The only thing I did not do, because I was not able to do, because I don't have the machine to do it, was this piece here. I had them at the shop where I buy my metal at. I had them put that bend on there for me. So underneath here is going to be, because that's pretty heavy, that's 1/8 inch. So underneath here is where we got all of our wiring. I just bought like a 12 system, or 12 circuit fuse panel. I got obviously relays, circuit breakers there, distribution panel there. Made up my own harnesses, ran them up through there, and the fuel system and everything. Obviously, there's the master cylinder, the brake switch, and the proportioning valve, everything over there, mounted in the frame. And what else do we got going on here? So yeah, doghouse. I made a custom doghouse. The floor, everything fits together in pieces pretty much. There's some of it right there. The vehicle originally did not come with a grill. So that grill, I was fortunate enough to find one from California. Again, right here, this is the only thing saved on this. We made all these panels for the sides. Everyone asks, oh, what color is it going to be? Well, what other color would there be for a 1954 Metro other than patina, right? And where do I got? There we go. So I do have all the letters, fortunate enough. I polished them out the best I could, but you can see they're like really pitted. And I was going to send them out for chroming. Grab another one here real quick. But I was like, you know, I think, I really think I like the natural look, per se, of that. So yeah, we're gonna roll with that, guys. I don't, you know, I'm not building a trailer queen here. I want to drive this thing as much as possible. Again, we made all these panels here. I'll go around all this here. I'll have videos I'll post up on that stuff also. So you can see up through there, it made all that. That was not near as challenging as over here. And because of there being lead and everything else in this thing, because this is where the roof line comes together, it's all leaded. I've never had to deal with that much lead on a vehicle. So yeah, I got a video on what I got into. That whooped me. That there took a lot out of me. I had like 3 hours just in this little sliver of piece, and it wasn't even like, I was just trying different things. So again, this is going to be a rat rod. This was patch panels from factory, or not from factory, but prior to me getting it. Here I was playing around with some patina. I like that particular patina. I like that a lot. I did not take that out because I wanted to keep what somebody's done. I think that's part of the history of what the vehicle is. So, yeah, I made a bumper for the front because I didn't have a bumper. Made it from the back because I don't want a back bumper on here because the way I'm doing the taillights. Made this patch piece that goes in here, the whole side. It had to go up because of it was all rotted out there. And I don't even know what I did with the old patch piece. Exhaust is going to come out on this side and that side, that's going to be the exit for it. But we're going to have one on the other side also. So right here, give you a little shop tour. Turn this around. So right here was originally where the shop ended. I just recently added this on in the back. What was it? October-ish, I think. There's a long story behind that there because I had the other car back there in storage for a long time. And I was tired of paying for storage. So I did it myself. I built the walls myself. I roofed it myself, wired it myself. Yeah, so that's what we got. There's the door. For the Metro, we have to finish the bottoms off because they're rotted. But yeah, nothing spectacular. Concrete is definitely far from perfect, but it's concrete. So yeah, once I get this here project done, I got two going on at once. We'll get things rolling. There's the part of the doghouse there. Dash panel right there. That was a little bit of a challenge because of the way I had to make it. Again, I made all this. I spun this myself here. Not super hard, but just a little bit of time consuming. Made the steering shaft, everything. That piece here, that e-brake is actually going to be the shifter for that transmission. Engine is sitting right there. I'm not going to get into what the engine is right yet because it's a fairly rare engine, but we'll get into that more when we start putting that together. I got the heads in that for it upstairs. There's some pieces where I was practicing on trying to spin that. There is part of the doghouse that I had to make. There's part of it right back there. There's part of the tunnel. I don't know if you can see that. And real good. But there's the tunnel that runs back through. But yeah, so this is what I got. Originally, I did all of this stand here in this section right here. So I pulled the frame out, had the vehicle there. I had to build a false rolling chassis frame / whatever you want to call it. So I built that, rolled that out, was able to work on the chassis and that here. A lot of times I had that sitting here with the chassis here. So this was originally 24 by 24, the barn. The barn originally ended right there. So, let me see. We'll go through here. This wall right there used to be right there. And then this was all a loft, like an outside where you could put hay and stuff underneath because this used to be a barn for a horse. So right here was a stall. This was divided in half about where I'm standing right here. So this was a stall here, and they would store other things here. During COVID, obviously couldn't go to work. So I went to, what I did was take a few weeks because I wasn't at work, tore this apart, moved that wall that was here. Now it's over here. So fortunately, I did have the material sitting here. I bought it before it went like sky high. It was just 1/4 inch like particle board. But yeah, I moved that, boxed it in, wired it up, insulated it, and all that. I did have somebody at that time, because you could get concrete, I had somebody pour this concrete here. What's crazy about this is they wanted more to pour in the back there of guys that I could even get a quote from, which was few and far between. But they wanted more to pour the back there than to do this here, and that's smaller than here. And that was also finished off. I had the gravel back there leveled off and everything. So yeah, it is what it is, guys, but I'm just happy it's done. I got a little split air unit. It's not quite big enough, but it does pretty good. When it gets really cold here, we're in Ohio, you know, what do you do? That's why I got the other, oh, let me adjust that. That's why I got the other heater here. So anyway, guys, that's the story here. I'm going to try and get content out. Once a week, I'm going to look at, I might do some short videos for you guys. I am a firm believer in do what you can do. I don't like outsourcing a lot of things. I like learning about things from people who are better at them than me. So I do try and talk to people and learn from them. But at the same time, I think there's a lot of things that can be learned that you can do yourself too. So again, I'll show you a quick video here. This is a bead roller, obviously. Yeah, duh. So what I did here, I actually built this myself. That's from Harbor Freight. The controls and everything are from Amazon, so you can actually control the speeds of it. This bead roller, I think I actually got it off Amazon or eBay. I'm not sure. I don't remember. There's an old axle tube or axle shaft. I think that was from the long side over here. But yeah, I just built that quick. Welded and braced this here with some 1.5-inch box, because these will actually twist when you're putting metal in here. Yeah, I wired up the foot pedal. That was all off Amazon. And then this is my shrinker stretchers. I kind of screwed up on the design here, and I'll probably end up making a video on me altering this, because this can be a real pain, because I didn't have a piece of steel wide enough. So sometimes if you use a metal here and you have this handle in here, that's why it's off. It'll actually hit because they're not turned or offset enough. But I made the stand in that. The stand's okay. It needs to be more secure than what it was, but that's the metal I had, and it works fine. So, you know, it just used what I had. I didn't want to put a ton into it because I wasn't sure how much I was going to use it, and here I actually using quite a bit. So, but yeah, that's it in a nutshell, guys. I don't know if there's really anything more I need to add to it, but just wanted to let you guys know that's what we're doing here. I do have the Mustang back there. It's a 79. I've had it since I've been like 18, something like that. So my boy wants to start driving that. He's graduating this year, so I'm working on getting that running after 22 years of sitting. So yeah, I got 2 projects going on here, and plus keeping the house and everything else going, and working my full-time job. So also have another project out back that I picked up. That's what that engine right there is for. Most of you guys probably recognize it. It's an LS. Me, I personally don't know a whole lot about it. So that'll be my first LS I've actually really fooled with. So I don't know. We'll find out. I'm not real sure on that. So that's it, guys. I just wanted to give a quick intro to what we're looking at doing. I'm looking to get this Metro done on the road by spring, midsummer is what I'm looking at. So that's what we got going on. I appreciate you guys tuning in. I appreciate you guys watching. I'm going to try my best to get you the best content I can. I'll try and keep you guys entertained as much as I can. You know, we do have a lot of accidents, I would call them. Like right there's one. Yeah. the slice and dice, yeah, got a hold of me. So I got that, and I got a busted up finger that I got wrapped around a drill with a chuck in it. So yeah, that was pretty interesting. I also have a banged up knee where I jacked it too. But anyway, guys, that's it. I appreciate you guys watching. If you could like and subscribe, I'll try and get you, more content consistently. Like I said, I'm shooting for once a week. I might do some short videos here and there just to see if we can get going. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thanks a lot.